Nerds at the Cool Table, episode 38. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last episode. I'm kidding.
All right, that was funny.
We've been gone for a bit. We've had some shit. We kind of went on a little impromptu kind of summer hiatus a little bit.
It's not a real hiatus. We weren't napping, but you'll see why
we're making
soon.
shit happen.
Yeah.
We needed to take a step back and kind of handle some things, but we're back now. And how's it going, guys?
It's going good, man.
Yeah.
I'm just getting back from Vegas. I was celebrating my buddy Sugar Rashad Evans Hall of Fame celebration.
Hey,
congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Chill's out there doing all the UFC stuff, so keeping busy.
Very cool. Very cool. This episode will come out after the sideshow one. So if you guys are listening and watching, you must have seen already our sideshow episode, which is our first of many.
Yeah.
So
sorry, the timing just.
We're talking to the future right now.
Yeah. We don't do good with future talk.
Are we recording with these?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That one's like farther back than usual.
Yeah, it's usually because of I usually put my lens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is their own lens. So hope you enjoyed that sideshow episode.
Yeah,
it was a fun one.
Yeah. Thank you guys again. Team and Sideshow, amazing.
Should we run down on these topics real quick? Let's just jump in.
So today is mostly a Spider-Man episode. We're going to talk about Far From Home. We're also going to talk about Stranger Things Season 3. And then a quick recap review of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. When did we? Okay.
Well,
I haven't been there.
So it's it's going to be just me and it's going to be a...
it's quick.
Yeah, it's very quick. Okay. Only two of us went. Jazen went like how many times?
I've been 4 times.
Yeah, I've only gone once.
Let's start with that. I'm curious. Tell me about.
Yeah, should we do that?
Yeah, it's everything you want from like Star Wars. If you've ever, if you love the series, it's Batu is a place where it's not really like you don't really know what it is because it's part of like
it's a new planet that they created specifically for Disneyland.
Yeah,
but it's in the Star Wars universe and canon. They've been mentioning it here and there in like comic books, and they briefly mentioned it in Solo.
Okay.
Like they named the outpost that's called Black Spire Outpost. They mentioned it in Solo, and they're kind of just adding these little like nuggets so people can once they get there, they're kind of like within the world and stuff like that. And storyline wise, it's actually when we go now to visit Galaxy's Edge, it's actually set in between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker in the timeline.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that's why there's not so much stuff. But there's like a lot of callbacks. You can go get like your own like scrum
between Last Jedi and
Rise of Skywalker,
okay.
The new one.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's like in real time right now.
Yeah. But you can do like I did some of the experiences. The lightsaber building, I didn't do it.
Yeah,
it's $200.
Yeah,
I was like,
you observed it. You were
no. But I watched it and I was like, damn, I wish I did it because like the ceremony is just it's amazing, especially if you like love that. You can go pick your own like crystal, build your own actual lightsaber. It's actually heavy.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's cheap, so it's low key worth the $200. But then like the Olga's Cantina is
amazing.
Cantina is dope, but the drinks are horrible, bro.
I just stuck with the tequila. It was like what I really liked.
No, it was like just diabetes in the cup. And it's just
a lot of sugar.
Yeah, just straight sugar.
Yeah.
It was no bueno.
You can't ask for anything else?
No,
it's just stick to the menu pretty much. I would love if it was like, can I get a whiskey or something?
No, they don't do that.
Just like, you just have to order off whatever's on the menu.
Yeah.
And they're specialized, like they're even the names of the drinks and what's in the drinks, it's like in universe. So it's like you can't just be like, oh, I want a tequila. It's like name something. It's like Dagobah Sludge or something.
Yeah.
Food
is
much
decent.
Thinking.
Yeah, blue milk's decent.
The blue milk. I tried both.
Smuggler's Run is cool. After you do it twice, you've done it.
What does blue milk taste like?
It tastes like raspberry coconut milk.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like Go-Gurt.
It's pretty good.
It tastes like Go-Gurt.
It's good. It's sweeter.
Oh, okay,
it's on the sweeter side.
I like that description.
Well, yeah. But it tastes like it's still like coconut milk derived. The ride is dope.
Oh, we're talking about the ride now?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the milk. I was like,
no, we're doing a quick recap.
You're trying to power through it.
Yeah.
The ride is cool.
At some point, we're going to lose him. He gonna trail off.
What?
You gonna trail off, man. I have a dope montage of you of things that we talk about.
Oh, no, man. I'm on it. I know what we're into.
No, but it's
we're talking about two things I care about.
oh. Wait till I drop that montage. It's my favorite thing. But
no, the ride. So right now, if you go right now to Galaxy's Edge, only one of the 2 rides is on. Which is Smuggler's Run, which is the Millennium Falcon ride. Which itself, it's almost like a glorified video game a little bit. It's like, imagine if you could control Star Tours.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like if all 4 of us went, we'd need to get like 2 other people to be in our group, and we'd have the Millennium Falcon to ourselves. And
that's fucking dope.
Yeah, it's 2 pilots, 2 engineers, and 2 gunners. And the pilot on the right side it's up and down. It's up and down. And
left side is left.
And then left side is left and right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pilot on the right controls like the light speed thing and all that kind of stuff. And then the engineers, whenever you crash, they like have to press some buttons to like repair the ship. And then the gunners are just gunners. They're just pretty much shooting.
Do you see any combat?
Yeah. It's
TIE fighters and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of stuff. You can crash. Like you have to actually drive the Millennium Falcon. You have to pilot it the right way, or you will crash. And you won't get your whole like drop. Yeah. Well, the craziest thing ever when you do it is like when you're walking inside the Millennium Falcon, because you see the chessboard.
Inside,
you're in it, and then you're just like.
That is super surreal. Like walking through the corridor, that iconic corridor is like surreal.
Yeah. That makes it worth it for the price of admission in Disney.
Yeah.
Is it anything like playing Star Wars Rogue Squadron on N64?
Yeah. So actually, it does. It did remind me of some of those missions.
It does. Yeah.
Like okay, so the mission in that is that. So you remember in Solo when they had to rob the train of coaxium, which is like that special chemical or whatever. That's what you have to do. You have to go rob a train that has coaxium. And you remember in Rogue Squadron when you had to like shoot a cable, like
and you had to wrap,
yeah, that's kind of what you have to do in this one. By default you get 1, but there's rumors that you can get like 2 or 3 like cases of coaxium. So yeah, it reminded me of that. That's a good reference though. Rogue Squadron.
It's worth it. It's definitely worth it to go. Just take your bread, because you're gonna want to build a lightsaber. Like, do it if you get the time to do it.
Also droids. That's another big experience.
The droid depot
you can make
is dope.
your own droid.
Yeah.
You can make like a BB-8 style or an R2 style.
Yep.
They're like $100.
Put your own personality chip in it too. So like they really like
it moves around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like remote control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They have like the full cast members. Every cast member there like greets you in like Star Wars, like bright suns, and like it's dope.
Yeah.
It's definitely dope.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm excited to go back in August because the second ride opens in August, which is the big Rise of the Resistance, where like you're actually in
September.
Is it in September? I thought it was in August. Shit. All right. Well, I'm going back. But yeah, we highly recommend it. Just take a lot of money.
Yep.
You're gonna want to buy everything. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's move on to the main topic, which is let's talk about Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Round of applause, by the way, to everyone involved in that film. That was just great. Thank you.
Very, very, very well done.
Yeah.
How many times have you guys seen it?
Twice.
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
I've only seen it once.
Yeah. I had to get that one a second time.
Yeah.
That was just too much of a good time. Like I felt like that was everything. It gave me everything I wanted from that type of that Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think, Julian? You said it was your favorite
really,
Spider-Man movie.
No. What's it called is still my favorite.
Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse is still my favorite. But actually, Spider-Man PS4 is still my real favorite movie by Spider-Man. That's still my favorite Spider-Man movie. But if we're talking like actual theater movies, this is second.
Okay.
Close to Spider-Man 2. Because that's still a really good movie too.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal. It was really
good.
The first half of him being in the movie, he is very bland, but he's bland for a reason that you don't, and it doesn't hit you until like,
yeah,
now it's good. But like,
which makes it crazy because there's like layers of of kind of a villain.
Exactly, but with like someone like us, we're just waiting for like, when's he's gonna turn? When's he gonna go bad?
Yeah.
But the way that he did turn bad, it was like, he's a character kind of. It was good, and I liked, even though it was kind of like. It had a hokey way of how it was like the bad guy explains his
His mission.
His mission.
Yeah.
His plan.
But it was like in a good way. He was like,
he did it in a toast.
yeah, he did it in a toast. So it was like
which
kind
is
of
a great place to hide.
Right.
it was that was really good. Peter Parker, Tom Holland, he was really good in it.
Keeps killing it.
Keep killing it. It was good. I think the reason I like this movie so much is because it fixed. It corrected. Not I don't know if it corrected. It just did a lot of things better that I had problems with Homecoming.
Okay.
Like one thing was the whole that I think I explained on here was Tom Holland Spider-Man never really goes through the whole with great power, great responsibility because it felt like he just.
Yeah.
I think I said it's like he gets away with everything and there's no consequences to it. But like in this movie, there was slight consequences to what would happen. Like he wanted to just be a regular kid and he gave away this fucking weapon of mass destruction to someone he knew for 3 days.
Oh my god!
Boy, dumb as hell.
Talk about a Coachella
I was
trip.
so mad, dude.
That's what you do to somebody after Coachella.
So it was just like, all right.
But that's a cool like teenage mistake.
It's a teenage mistake, but it's also he figured out like, wait, I fucked up. I have to go and fix this. I can't hang with my friends. I have to go and fix this. And he saved everybody. So that was cool. It was. I mean it was a fun movie. It was this. There was a lot. There was so much I liked more about this than. It was funnier than Homecoming to me. Like the comedy hit a little bit better. This had the best action of any Spider-Man movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if we'll get into it, but that Mysterio sequence, amazing. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Did a great job.
Night Monkey, all of that.
What do you think, Yusuf?
I loved it, and it was cool because we went with someone who didn't know Mysterio as a villain, so it was fun to watch someone truly be fooled.
Oh, okay.
And then watch that switch happen.
Yeah.
Because me and Julian were just waiting for it to be revealed. It was beautiful. It was really, really well shot.
Yeah.
Narrative was great. I love the use of Europe in general.
The European vacation trope.
European vacation is...
Yeah, it's a good trope.
Yeah, it's kind of a dated trope.
Yeah.
But I miss it.
Yeah.
So I guess I enjoyed going back to it.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal killed it. It had just enough Iron Man for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want it to beat me over the head with Iron Man's dead.
Yeah.
But it was just enough. And there was also, I'm not a fan of Iron Spider as a suit or as a concept. I like it in some novelty.
Yeah.
Like I think it's cool, but I like that I love the way they used all the different costumes for him to kind of find himself.
Yeah.
And that was a good thing to kind of follow.
Oh my God! You mean the scene when he makes his costume?
When he makes his costume, and there was still, and you hear the AC/DC, and
I love Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, exactly. And it was
up.
a perfect like nod to Tony Stark.
Yeah,
it was a perfect, and I love that we started hinting at the fact that Peter Parker is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
So we started talking about
finally
like, him being a nerd.
Yeah.
Him knowing about, when first with the multiverse when he was curious about like physics and Einstein's theories and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now we're like, okay, this is the Peter Parker I know.
Yeah.
And now he's gearing up to be smart in the engineering sense.
Yeah.
And again, to use all of the different suits, whether it was, and then through the dream sequence as he was going through different suits, even the hoodie one, which was great to see on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he got to design his own, it's like, okay, you're not, Iron Spider's cool, but that's not Spider-Man.
Right.
It's like putting a jetpack on him.
Yeah.
Like he's not supposed to fly.
It's Spider-Man designed by Tony Stark.
Exactly. So which is cool because this is kind of Tony Stark's way of still looking out for him even post-mortem.
Yeah.
But he has to do it on his own.
Like he gave him the tools to kind of be his own person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say I agree with everything you're saying. I just going off online and stuff. I see people arguing that fact a lot that there's still too much Iron Man and he didn't make his own suit. I'm like, yes, he did. He made his own suit.
Yeah, he did.
There wasn't any. The only thing he really got was the weapon of mass destruction. And I hope he throws it away. Like never used
which he didn't really use in the end. Like he just used it to turn off the drones, but other than that, it was like it kind of goes back to that callback of in Homecoming where he's just like, I need the suit. I'm nothing without it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like showing that like, yeah, he didn't need those glasses. Like he saved the world without them, you know?
I think in this movie he showed that he was literally his own person. He was like, because the whole movie was like everyone's looking for the next Iron Man, the next Tony Stark. And I think with this movie it established like
he stepped out of his
shadow.
Yeah.
I love the web gliders. I think that was
amazing.
That's a piece that hasn't been used in a long time, and it's always been one of my favorite parts of the suit. And then I'll let you two go before we talk about how it ended. But
I really. Pretty much that.
Oh.
He said a lot.
I was over here like,
why y'all looking at me?
He was just looking at me. I was like, hold on.
Wait, what?
He was looking at me.
I was still looking.
He was looking at me and this David. He passed it to David, and I was like, you know,
Cut to camera 3 and you're eating a donut. Yep. I'm on break.
No, he just put the finger up like. All right, go. My bad. Dave.
No, it's all good. I liked it a lot. Like pretty much, you guys nailed a lot of the things I was thinking. It was a fun movie. It was Spider-Man being Spider-Man. It was. I love that even into the second movie, we still don't have him webs. Well, he does it at the end, but most of the action doesn't take place in Manhattan, and I feel like the other Spider-Man movies that were made, like immediately we're in Manhattan. Here it's kind of where we're building up to him web slinging in Manhattan. And so like I like the fact that we saw Spider-Man in a new environment. I feel seeing superheroes in an environment that's not their home base, it's always fun to see. Like kind of how we saw Batman in Hong Kong in The Dark Knight. Like seeing Spider-Man in Europe is something we've never seen before. Seeing a character from the cartoons that they did, like the nightmare sequence that Mysterio does to Spider-Man in this movie is straight out of the animated series.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I've seen this before. And it was
Straight out of the comic books. Too.
Yeah. And they did it so well with our own modern technology that it's just like, oh, of course it makes sense. Of course they're using holographic technology. Of course
we had Tupac on stage. This is possible.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite so far has been his relationship with Mary Jane, though. I feel like at first I was a little, I like Zendaya, and I thought that
Zendaya.
I was waiting for Jason.
Come on, man. She's a potential guest.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
There you go.
I liked her in Homecoming, but I felt like I'm MJ was a weird little cop out. I was like, oh, okay. But in this one, their back and forth was really solidified that for me, and it really was just like, oh, this truly is like the next generation MJ and Peter Parker. So I really dug that. They really amped up the sort of like little romantic subplot of them, and it didn't feel like shoehorned in. It felt like such an important part of his journey in this film, you know?
And I actually enjoy her more than other iterations of Mary Jane. I've always felt like she was a little too like dramatic and like romance novel. Like, oh, Peter.
Yeah.
Like I think Zendaya gives her much better personality.
It's very modern. It's like the modern girl who's into murder. You know what I mean? Like they kind of were like, oh yeah, that's
the Black Dahlia thing. That was so dope.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. I like the relationship. Tom Holland as Spider-Man is just perfect. Like it's just, I mean, we've seen different iterations of it, and seeing him and everything he's been able to do, he like meshed in the Peter Parker nerd and the Spider-Man overly eager kid is just incredible. And one of my favorite things was how they acknowledge also the snap and how everybody came back, and like they showed that you could see like home footage of like how people appeared right where they disappeared. Like I thought that was great, and it kind of brings up a bunch of other questions too. I was like, so if people disappeared in an airplane, did they like appear in the air and just fall to their death and shit?
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? You start to think about like other
It's a great
consequences.
Yeah. Not gonna be able to stop thinking about that. Sorry.
But yeah,
I love the thing.
Maybe they just show up in that same plane, and it's on the ground.
I don't like it.
I don't know, because then that means that they move through space as opposed to time.
That's true.
I like the thing with the appearing in someone's apartment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Moved out, that was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good to know that a lot of our favorite characters pretty much stayed alive. I mean, Aunt May. Did Happy get snapped?
I thought you were gonna say
Who?
something else.
Happy?
Happy got snapped. Yeah.
He did, right? Yeah.
He said, "This is my blip beard."
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I dug it. I really dug it. Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, well, there's nothing left.
No, there's of course.
We can go to the post-credit scene.
No, I mean, there's not, I mean, we can dig into these things.
You guys have literally said everything. I was like, oh my God, I was going to say that. I was like, oh my God. I was
Well,
gonna
go ahead and
that.
say
Like,
it. You
was
could
like-
probably
say it again, man.
No,
What are all the things you agree with?
No, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna pick things that just crop in my brain. I thought the elementals were cool. I thought the behind
there you go.
scenes of the elementals was really dope.
Yeah.
And then like when I watched it with him, like the real scene that we both looked at each other, we were like, oh, that was dope. When he was toasting, and you saw those callbacks to people from like Iron Man
Yeah.
1. You're
Yeah.
just like,
That
oh,
was
what are you
great.
doing with Obadiah Stane?
Yeah.
You're here
Yeah.
like right now. You're just like, I was like, okay.
I love that it was the same actor too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Did-
fan service.
Did
in
you
that
guys
one.
know that actor is the kid from
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story? Yeah.
Did not know
that?
that.
What's his name?
The
Ralphie?
balding guy?
Yeah,
Is it
right. Yeah.
Ralphie?
That's the
Oh, that's even more amazing.
Yeah. Like John Favreau always puts him in his movies. Like he was in Elf, remember?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
random.
cool. See, John Favreau is one of those like Adam Sandler guys where it's
Yeah.
like, yo,
He
Brings his
rides for
homies.
his team.
yeah, you do anything
Yeah.
for me, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna make sure you're set for life,
Yeah.
which is like really dope. What else did I like? I liked I like Ned. Ned got a little more time this movie to do a little bit more character building.
Ned got some in
like,
Europe.
Yeah, so I like that whole dynamic, and then how they like. What else did I like? Yeah, the action scenes were bananas. That dream sequence was like, when you compare it to movies, like I was like, it's terrifying in a sense where you remember the Dark Knight. Was it no? No, it wasn't the Dark Knight. I'm sorry, it was Batman Begins.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Scarecrow
With
did that to
Scarecrow.
Batman, and that shit
Yeah.
was like terrifying.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that gave me that same type of like.
Yeah.
I felt for him in that
Yeah.
in that moment, but then I was like, "Hey, you should have expected that, man."
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited that I hope we get a Sinister Six. Still,
Yeah.
I could Beck, he might have just set that whole thing up and did like
He
some sort of
disappeared?
illusion. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's got to be because there's still
Nah, man, the Peter Tinkle. It worked.
Peter Tingle, the Peter Tingle.
Tingle.
That was amazing too. Peter Tingle.
They never said
They
Spider
yeah,
Sense.
never-
so-
not yet, not yet.
Wait. Can we talk about how fine Aunt May is?
Been fine, Marissa Tomei.
Jesus
been
Christ,
fine.
man!
Shout
Like,
out.
Marissa-
Good job.
I don't know, it was
Happy.
the way they shot her in this
Oh,
film.
no,
I was like,
Marissa
oh my
Tomei been
god,
fine.
She was wearing mom jeans in one scene.
Man,
fantastic.
please be at Comic Con.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, Aunt May.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God, Aunt May.
Never thought I'd hear that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, straight up. Wait, wasn't it Sally Field in the
Yeah.
She was in the last one.
I love Sally Field, by the way. So
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Could have been Diane Lane.
Yeah.
This is getting
You
weird.
lost me right there.
Yeah.
I just don't have old lady.
Talking about
fetish.
Aunt May.
You're right. We don't have old lady fetishes.
I have a limit, bro.
Diane Lane's not fine.
Yes, of course. What are you talking
I was
about?
about to say. All right,
Jesus.
cool.
Are there any things we didn't really care for about at the moment?
Trying to think. I wish we're getting into post credit, but I wish the scroll reveal would have happened earlier.
No, that was perfect. I think that was fun.
You thought it was perfect that it was like right at the end, like the far end credit.
We've got to like, what's the next film?
All right. Well, before we get into that, is there anything else you guys did?
Oh, I smiled. I
Didn't
smiled.
Smile the whole time.
Didn't
Yeah,
like,
it's my head.
I enjoyed it.
I don't think. I mean, I didn't think of anything that I really like. That I didn't like. I mean, if I start talking about Peter's mistake, that's just part of the film. It's like part of the story, so it's not really like a flaw or anything.
I even liked what's his name, JB Smoove and the other dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah.
Incompetent counselor.
I
Yeah,
feel like
Martin
that
Stewart,
would have
yeah.
that would have annoyed me, but it was just enough
Yep.
to just be peripheral.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this is the best solo movie of Phase 3?
Which one? What have we
Good
had for
question.
Phase? So we had Thor,
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Was Black Panther part of Phase 3?
Yeah, I think so.
It was Phase 3.
There was a lot of movies in Phase 3 if I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah. So there was Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Thor. Yeah. You
I gotta give that
I'll pull it up right now.
Thor.
I'll pull it up right now.
It was just those.
I just thought of solo movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Thor, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man.
Yeah, we had Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Thor, another Spider-Man, Guardians, Doctor Strange. Wait,
Guardians isn't a solo.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and Wasp isn't a solo,
Isn't a
right?
solo either.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is.
Doctor Strange is.
Civil War.
No,
No, I'm not counting
phase
that.
3.
Nope.
That wasn't phase 3. That's more phase 2, right?
No, that's
No, it's phase
that's
three.
phase 3.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
I'm not gonna.
that's not a solo.
It's hard for me to count that as a solo movie.
True.
True.
Yeah.
It's Avengers 2.5.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So it was Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor, Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, and now Far From Home. So there's 2 Spider-Man movies in the phase 3.
As much as I enjoy Spider-Man, I'm still gonna go Ragnarok. Cause
I think I'm
think
gonna
I'll
go
go-
Black Panther or I don't know.
I don't want to
Like that.
answer this.
I think I'm gonna go Black Panther.
oh yeah, wait, Black Panther's in that.
Yeah.
I think
I
I'm
don't
gonna
wanna
go.
answer
I think I'm
this.
gonna go Black Panther or this. Honestly,
But phase 3 is dope.
Yeah.
really good.
Phase 3.
Get back
'Cause
to
for,
that
me,
mind
for
thing.
me to be racking my brain over Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It's really Ragnarok, Black Panther. I mean, that's all of them, except for we're just insulting Captain Marvel.
Didn't you really
in a
like
very-
Doctor Strange?
I love Doctor Strange. We're just really insulting Captain Marvel in a very roundabout way.
Are we? I don't think so.
We mentioned every other solo movie as difficult to choose from.
But wait.
I didn't. I'm not picking Homecoming. I don't really like that one either.
Yeah. I think for me, I feel like it's between Black Panther, Ragnarok, and this one as the
That's,
three.
That's
most
fair.
of
The
them.
top 3.
Yeah,
The
but
top
that's the
3.
top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we put them in order? I don't want to.
Let's
For
just
me,
do it.
I would definitely
Let's
put
just do
that
it.
Black Panther,
Black
Far
Panther.
From Home,
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I kind of like this more than Ragnarok
Ooh.
because I enjoy Spider-Man.
I gotta go.
And they did it.
You know why Ragnarok? For me, Ragnarok third because it took 3 Thor movies. It took 2 Thor movies to get to Ragnarok.
You can't.
So
And Black
yeah,
Panther
you
just
can't
knocked
blame
it out
that.
of the
How many
park.
times you gave Zack Snyder a chance? Look what he keeps doing.
Just had to bring it up. Just had to fucking bring it up.
Yeah, I gotta go. Black Panther, Ragnarok, Far From Home, and it's super close. Like I truly love them all.
That's that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rewatch
Yeah.
all of them
Because I
at
still
any
do watch.
time.
I still do watch Black Panther and Thor
Yeah.
just as many times. Like
Yeah.
when there's nothing on TV and I feel like I've burnt out of Netflix and I'm just working on the computer.
Yeah.
Like it's those.
And they're
2
on
movies.
Netflix,
I
which
will
is great.
say
Yeah.
Ragnarok and Far From Home are in this really sweet spot of truly entertaining, like funny, dramatic action.
Yeah.
Black Panther wasn't funny, but it didn't have that like lightheartedness. I think those 2 movies, even though I'm putting Black Panther first, those 2 movies are doing something really special in the comic space.
And they're doing something to the character where it takes the character from where we knew it to a different direction. Black Panther didn't do that. Black Panther just introduced us to the character and his
More.
world.
Yeah. Introduce him more to
Yeah.
his. Because we kind of got introduced to him in Civil War, but it
War.
really introduced
Yeah.
us to his world
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
exactly. And then that what Far From Home and Ragnarok did is like we know the character here. Let's take him in a completely different direction, and it changes him forever. You know, yeah.
All right, let's ending scene. How do we feel?
What? That was amazing.
There was 2. There was 2. There was 2.
Yeah.
The
Just
mid credits.
The ending.
The mid credits. Oh, we're gonna talk about the ending one or the mid credits scene.
I mean, I'm trying to get this whole episode in an hour. So
Yeah,
the
so
end of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
The end of the movie.
Put that whole shit together.
That everybody knows he's Spider-Man now.
Everyone knows he's
Everyone knows
Spider-Man.
he's
Yeah.
Spider-Man, which is awesome
We
and
got our
terrifying.
We
Yeah.
got our J. Jonah Jameson.
We got our J. Jonah Jameson.
Okay,
back.
let's talk about how that everybody in that theater just fucking gasped.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yo,
it was-
everyone in the
everyone
theater
was cheering.
clapped. Everyone in the
Yeah,
theater clapped.
I couldn't even hear what Jonah was saying the first time I saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I can't
Because
believe
I was clapping.
I can't believe they brought him. I can't believe they brought him back. Like that's
What do you mean you can't believe it? He's
Like
the
that's
best.
amazing. Like I never thought they'd do that.
You know what it probably was? It was probably from that one podcast he appeared on. I think that was it Barstool Sports that had him do something like they had him do like an impression of J. Jonah Jameson. They had him do his like reprise his role, and it went viral because he like did it so well.
But doesn't the video game have him as like almost like a Rush Limbaugh type?
Yeah, Alex Jones, like
Yeah.
info wars.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they made him like, this is like, they made him to an InfoWars type of
Yeah.
character
which
in
is
this.
just like the game.
That's perfect though. Like that's such
Do
a
it.
perfect like it speaks to our time.
Yep.
It's so like I mean people don't read. Nobody reads newspapers like
Yeah.
newspapers like they used to anymore. Like
Agreed.
most people are on Facebook watching a Facebook show. You know what I mean? By
What's
like
crazy is this I don't know. Is there a precedent for this? Has there ever been a time where a character has moved through franchises like that? Because we always talk about how they would never do that.
Yeah.
Right? Every time I bring up like from Daredevil Netflix to the big screen or from this franchise to that franchise, we're always like, oh, that would be fun, but they would never do that.
What if this is their way of
doing?
What if this is their way of setting up the live action Spider-Verse?
I honestly don't think so. I think like he's in it. Like, okay, the other instance I can remember where they brought an old character to a new franchise was Judi Dench was in the
Brosnan.
the Pierce Brosnan Bond films, and she was brought into the Daniel Craig one. That's the only precedent that I've seen before.
I think it just goes with like they didn't think anyone could do it better.
Yeah.
Like no one could play. He was like one of the most iconic characters throughout all of the Spider-Man movies, really.
Yeah.
So it's like, who could do a better job than that? Honestly, when they casted J.B. Smoove, I was like, oh, he's going to be the new J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
So, which I'm okay with. I'm like,
And I love how they changed his look. Like he's all bald.
He's a different Jonah.
Different, yeah.
Because flat tops aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we think?
Or Hitler stashes.
Yeah, in the real universe, period.
Where do we think this is going to take this character now that everyone knows who he is?
Well, you know what? I think they're definitely going to play up the fake news thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, oh, it was a fake video because there's all these deep fakes out now. And like that's because they even talked about it throughout the entire film. They're like, oh, you don't believe anything you see anymore. I think they're going to try to find a way to chalk it up to like, oh, it was a fake video. That's not Peter Parker, or like it was an innocent kid. That was like, kind of like now, like a random kid gets put on YouTube or goes viral, and like you never hear about the kid ever again. I think they're going to chalk it up to that.
Yeah, I kind of think it's going to be like a fit. Some people believe it. Some people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just going to be like a 15 minutes of fame kind of thing. Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be some kind of intervention, whether it's from S.H.I.E.L.D. or Doctor Strange. There's a lot of people who can fuck with that. Yeah, my theory is it's gonna be corrected somehow, whether it be magic or hacking or S.H.I.E.L.D. or maybe Edith can do it.
Edith.
Someone's gonna take
I don't want to see Edith ever again. I want that.
We
to be
didn't.
gone.
We didn't talk about.
That's
Edith.
like a cheat code.
Yeah, it was.
That's like a game. Edith is like a game genie.
It was a good little plot point
cool,
for this
yeah.
movie, but I don't ever want to see that ever again.
I do like the what's it called? Like he named it Even Dead, I Am the Hero.
I am the hero.
Yeah.
That was good. Very, very Tony Stark.
Yeah.
With that fallout, who do we think will be like the next villain we see going up against Spider-Man? With this, knowing that his identity is out there. And,
Craven the Hunter.
yeah, I think
Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, that makes probably the most sense.
Which
Sergey.
Which even I think it's topical because I think that was just talked about. The director of Far From Home said
and the
that,
writers,
they said that they want to do the Last Hunt.
Yeah, I think they're trying to wrap their minds around how to do that justice live. Which I'm sure would be difficult.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know what? In the Last Hunt, there's a point where Craven is wearing the Spider-Man costume. So that's the way. If that happens in the next movie, that's how they fix people not knowing Spider-Man. Everyone's gonna end up thinking it was Craven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. And then that's how we integrate other characters.
Yeah, buff ass Spider-Man though.
Busting
out there.
Yeah, there was a point.
Depending on who they get.
There's literally a scene in the book where he has the black costume on, and he's like takes it off, and he's like, "I defeated Spider. I am the Spider-Man now."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're like, I've never noticed that accent before. Since when?
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I agree. Craven would be good. I would still want them to, show us Jonah. I'm not Jenna. Norman Osborn somehow.
Yeah.
In some way.
Yeah. Well, they never just give you one.
To be honest, I'm gonna disagree. I feel like I'm Osborned out.
I'm not.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see any
franchises.
goblins. I don't
think we
any
see
gliders.
the thing with Norman Osborn is we don't have to see goblins. We could he could literally be the leader that starts the Dark Avengers and be like the new Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Just a dark version.
Wouldn't he still be a goblin?
No, he wasn't a goblin when he started the Dark Avengers. He was actually the Iron Patriot.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't feel like seeing that. I'm Osborned out. They were like white
I just
with
don't
waves in the
want to. Please don't fold Tom Hardy's Venom into this
No,
universe.
that's not gonna
please,
happen. Don't even say. Don't
Please
even.
abstain. don't think
even
it
put
was a
that
good
out there.
idea because that movie made a bunch of money. I don't know. People must have been bored during the time.
Did
but-
you guys? There was a rumor that I don't know if it came out today or yesterday. I don't know through who, but the rumor was that if Disney, supposedly the theory is that if Disney doesn't make $1 billion with
it
this
goes back
Spider-Man
to
movie,
Sony.
it goes back to Sony,
Yeah, whatever. That's a rumor.
Definitely,
Rumor-
that's probably a rumor.
which I think is
They-
impossible
because
because
They already had 3.
yeah,
They were already. It was known that they were doing 3 Spider-Man movies.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I think after that, they're supposed to renegotiate
Yeah.
what they're gonna do, which
Yeah,
would
that
be
is-
fucking retarded if they
Yeah.
don't like.
That's
keep
not like
this-
some-
they're
That sounds like
irresponsible at Sony. They
that
do
sounds
some
some-
right things, they do some wrong things.
That sounds like some get off Reddit shit.
Yeah,
What was another thing
The
about
Kree.
that? No, there was another thing about the mid-credit scene though. We didn't see Avengers Tower. He flew through it.
Oh yeah.
but
oh
we
yeah,
didn't see-
right past where that battle was.
yeah. Where that battle? There was a battle.
Remember in Avengers? That,
Oh
that-
yeah. Like he
That
went right
street?
through it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
don't
we
know
didn't
if
get
that
to
street-
see the building yet.
Yeah.
I don't be noticing shit like that.
Yeah.
And we got Spider-Man finally web slinging through Manhattan, which is cool.
Yeah. It's dope.
Classic Spider-Man moment.
Yeah.
from
I
all
do
of us.
like that they kind of almost like poked fun at that the scene in Spider-Man 1 where Spider-Man is swinging with Mary Jane
Yeah.
and how it looks super dramatic, and in this one
Yeah.
she's like, I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking die.
Yeah, she was like, I never want to do
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her hair
Zendaya
is
was
just
really
like-
dope.
Yeah.
She's really dope. Looking forward to seeing her and
Another thing I noticed that we got from the PS4 game, him doing a selfie.
Selfie.
Yeah.
That was cool. I dug that. Yeah.
That was from the video game.
Yeah. Spider-Man's going to be an influencer. That's how he gets his photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was dope to see Talos. It was dope to see that.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that whole the whole movie kind of makes you like oh.
And it might introduce what was the shield in space? It's called something. Sword.
Oh, sword. Oh,
Sword.
yeah, we're talking about this
Sword.
now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So how long? Okay, let's talk about the Nick Fury in space. How long do you think he's been in space?
We were talking about something totally different.
Yeah.
We just switched to sword.
What happened?
He said Talos, and I was like, who the fuck is Talos for a second?
In the essence of time.
Right.
How long do we think Nick Fury was in space then?
A long time.
Not a long time.
Do you think since the funeral?
Yeah.
Okay. So you think the real Nick Fury was at the funeral?
I read something where someone was like, it's been a fake Nick Fury since like phase 2, but I'm like, that shit don't add up.
Kind of does. I mean, we know
90s.
that the scrolls have been around for.
They've been
since the
around,
90s.
but I don't think like that. So that means that it's been a fake Nick Fury since Age of Ultron. Like that was a fake Nick Fury.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. They'll figure a way out to explain
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They
But
will.
yeah, that-
looking
I-
forward to it.
I definitely think that is what he's doing up there. He's putting together sword,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
like
But isn't Sword already established in Agents of Shield in the show?
That doesn't matter. Doesn't go.
honestly, I haven't seen Agents of Shield for like
Yeah.
I
since
thought they
season
doesn't
changed it
matter.
to
I
like
don't know.
Agents of
That
Sword or
doesn't
like
matter.
one of the like the little.
It doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
I haven't been watching it either, so it's.
I have no
I'm not
idea.
trying to defend
So
it.
why
over
would
here.
you? Why would you?
I'm not even. I don't think that stuff matters anymore. But they're in space too, so maybe they will coincide
Yeah.
somehow. But
Shout out to Ming Na Wen.
that is definitely
That was the angle.
Yeah.
That was his angle. He just wanted to
Oh,
mention
he
me. No.
nah. He's definitely putting together sword, which is like the shield of space.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're setting the cosmic. They're setting the tone for the cosmic MCU.
And the scrolls are still good
Yeah.
guys.
Mhm.
Scrolls are good guys. All right.
I mean, scrolls are whatever they choose to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
Seems
it.
like a lot of them are good guys though. There was a lot of people on that ship.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice there was a scene with Nick Fury and Maria Hill, and Nick Fury says something about
There's
Kree
a Kree
sleeper
cell. Yeah.
sleeper cells or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
I just remember him saying that.
Yeah.
But I think that was trying to point out that why the fuck is he talking
Yeah.
about
What
that?
is it? Why
Yeah.
do they care about that?
Yeah.
Or how he reacted to Captain Marvel when he's like,
That
Don't
also,
invoke her
don't
name.
invoke her
Don't
name.
invoke
her
Yeah.
name.
They were kind of hinting that that's not the Nick.
Yeah.
What they should have did is have him eat a sandwich horizontally, because didn't he say something like that? And-
Oh yeah. Shit. I forgot about that.
maybe they did. I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Shit.
I've only
Yeah,
seen
it's the
Captain
worst.
Marvel once. I don't remember. I only saw Spider-Man once.
Yeah, he's like, this is the version we're saving time with. The fucking sandwich
right.
talk.
We love it. We're excited.
Yes.
Go see it if you
Yep.
listen to us.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. But before you saw
Go see it. It's a great movie. Great job, everyone involved.
All right, let's jump into our next discussion where we're trying to keep it swift. Stranger Things 3 premiered over the 4th of July weekend.
Isn't this where you play the music?
You should add it in there.
Let's add the real music and not.
Well, I was just like doing it on beat
Oh, okay.
as much as I
Yeah.
possibly could.
So I can fade in from your voice.
Yeah,
into-
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's good. You want to start that over?
Yeah, no.
Oh damn!
What'd you guys think? I fucking loved it.
I enjoyed the hell out of it, man. Those
think
kids
it
I love those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I really
Actually,
do.
go ahead. You start off.
No, I really do because I'm probably the freshest one. I just finished it today.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah, I really love those kids. My takeaways from it is that it actually is a central thesis of why, you know how I always say why people are so angry.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they don't get any ass. And
Hopper.
Yeah.
Hopper needs some ass. And that's why he's always so mad.
He's so
He had
mad.
all that pent up aggression. I'm sorry that
He had
died.
PTSD. That
But,
that
like-
man had PTSD
I
after
don't-
all the bullshit he's been going through.
Of all the seasons, I think this is the season where Hopper is the most non-likable.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
For some reason, I liked him this season, though.
Wow, you
I
like
did
surly
not.
drunk. He was like a hashtag waiting to happen. He was,
No, but you know the reason why I liked him is because like I get where he's coming from. He's like he had so much bullshit happen to him the past 2 seasons. So it's been like what 3 in the timeline of the show, like 4 years or something, 3 or 4
Something like that, yeah.
And he's just like over this shit, and he's just like trying to sort of like return to normalcy, and he's not getting it. You know, he doesn't understand why he's not returning.
so he's cock blocking.
Huh?
So he's cock blocking because he doesn't.
I mean,
have a normal
I
life.
don't say it. Well, though with
Yeah, so
Mike
that's
and
where the whole
Elle.
that's where his anger stemmed from.
Yeah.
He watched someone else getting some. He was like, "Yo, you kissing? I'm not kissing."
Oh, I didn't even see it. Like I just thought he was just annoyed. Like
Yeah,
He was annoyed about everything.
yeah,
Everything was annoying him.
yeah.
Jason stands by his statement.
Yeah, he wasn't that likable. I think that
No,
cut
he wasn't.
and it, you know, spoilers, but going to the last, just jumping to the last episode,
Yeah.
I think it kind of took away from the end for me because
I
I was
agree.
like, I
I didn't miss him. I'm like, all right, man.
I never
See,
thought
bruh?
I never thought I would say this, but with the way this season was structured, I expected one of the kids to die,
I expected
Yeah,
somebody to die.
Yeah,
and I didn't.
Well, what's his name? Died. The brother.
Well,
yeah.
he-
Billy
he's
was
like
gonna die.
a,
He's too
he's a
big.
villain.
He's gonna be he's the next Jack Nicholson. That kid is like on his
He's outta
own.
here.
He's on his
He's
own
outta here.
trajectory. Like
He's fucking out of here.
he's leading
But,
man.
Yeah, like Hopper was so likable the first 2 seasons, and now the season where I could kind of give a fuck, and you kill him, and then all the kids move away. Like it was.
I definitely expected. I thought either Hopper was going to die or 11 was going to die.
Really?
I
Yeah, I
did.
thought they would kill 11 because Millie Bobby Brown's just like
Also outta
skyrocket.
here.
Yeah,
I also
so-
thought that, but then when she started to lose her powers, I was like,
Yeah.
she's about to get out of here.
Huh?
So I was like, she's gonna do one big. I thought that she was gonna do one more huge thing, and
Yeah.
they were gonna kill her off.
She was gonna turn to the Phoenix.
Something I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they hint that's what she kind of is.
Yeah, she's like the Jean Grey.
Yeah.
You know, the reason I actually liked Hopper's sacrifice because I felt like him sacrificing himself and having that moment of vulnerability based on everything we saw of him in that season where he was unlikable. I think in that moment and even the final speech that he gave, that the letter that Elle
That was
reads,
dope.
it reminds us of why we liked him. And it kind of like makes that death much more impactful because the reason we don't like him this season is because how he was in the previous 2 seasons. And it's just like this weird thing with his character. And I feel like that letter was such a reminder to the audience, like, oh yeah, like he's still the same guy.
Yeah.
you
Well
know?
said.
Yeah.
He's still.
What
he
did
was
you guys
just-
think
he
of the
was just
Magnum
yelling.
PI look he had going this season?
Loved it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's my actual look.
Yeah, that's my pick too. It's been my
We
look for the
Summer-
Comic-Con,
summer
Comic-
look.
Comic-Con looks.
we definitely dress like that, so I'm down.
I was fine with it.
One Comic-Con, we'll all do it. We'll all have the same mustache.
I think I really liked
Stay away from our look.
what's his name's character. Was really good this season. What's his name? What's the kid with the hat
don't know.
and no teeth?
Dustin.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked.
I like him every
Dusty
season.
Bun.
He had the whole Monty Teo thing going, like
Yeah.
when he was like, "I got a girlfriend," everyone was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
I really enjoyed his character this season. It was really
I like
good.
him every season, but yeah, he was really good.
Him and I have a problem remembering everybody's name on the show. The kid that always gets beat up.
Will?
No, not Will.
Mike.
Oh,
Isn't Will the kid?
Mike, is that his name?
Yeah,
The
11
older? No.
Wolfhard?
His brother.
No.
Oh, the brother. Will's brother.
Jonathan.
No, the one that's always with Toothless Kid that always.
Oh yeah,
Steve.
Oh, Steve.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks. I really liked
The
his
guy with the
character.
hair.
Yeah, he was
there we
awesome
go.
this season.
Yeah,
He had a
Steve
dope
was awesome.
arc. You know, he had like the
They really did.
bumbling,
Did you
like,
you know Robin, Steve's coworker,
yeah, that's Uma. Yes, go ahead.
Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Yep, and
Ethan
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman's daughter. Yeah.
You can totally tell.
Splitting image of both.
Literally,
of them.
looks like
Jesus
one of
Christ.
those terrible apps that like came true.
But that
Both
looks
their
good,
faces.
but it
Yeah.
works very well.
yeah,
she's
yeah,
very
yeah.
pretty.
She's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, absolutely.
I liked her character this whole season.
You know,
She's
I actually
fantastic.
wanted to say something about that kid, Dustin
ahead.
Gaten Matarazzo. You know, they had that story about him. He had this backlash about like doing this prank show about people trying to find work, and like it's like he pranks them at the end of the show. But they like I kind of read into it, and the people are like attacking him, like, "Oh, these people are just looking for work. Why are you so?" And then
I saw that. Yeah.
on Netflix, I was just watching Scare Tactics.
Yeah.
And every episode of Scare Tactics is Tracy Morgan goes, "This is Tasha. Tasha wanted to make an extra bit of money, so her friend set her up." And
Yeah.
I was like, wait, this shit was hilarious. This is one of the biggest
Yeah.
shows back then. Like, we
Yeah.
love Scare Tactics.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 2019. It's like
hypersensitivity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, it was
and,
like
and the thing I read about that show too, it was only people were only hired for the day.
the day, yes.
Yeah,
So
it
if
was like
you
a
know what
temp
you're getting,
thing.
like a day job,
Yeah.
like,
They're still gonna get paid for the day.
yeah,
Like,
and it's crazy. So it goes back to my Hopper theory and like Will and like everyone. If you're this upset about these things, please go get some ass.
it's just
circle.
it's a weird thing to be upset about. Like I've been seeing some of these weird takes about how Hopper's character is toxic, and I'm like, it's a fictional character. It's like set. It's like it's a,
In the time of that, you know, in that time too.
yeah.
You know who else is toxic?
Who?
The monster. Like,
The monster's
what,
yeah.
What are we talking about?
killed
yeah.
people.
What do we think
Yeah.
about the that was the Demi Gorgon?
No, it was
Nah.
it
No,
that was the
mind
the mind
The
flare.
Mind
Yeah,
Flayer.
yeah.
Flare.
Sorry, the mind flare.
amazing.
That was a terrible name.
Flair.
The Mind Flare.
I'm not mad at the name.
I mean, he was called that last
and,
year.
and I like that. I like that. There was like a verb for his subjects that are flared, or
Yeah.
like they got flared.
Mm-hmm.
So
It was like the army. That whole little army thing was pretty dope.
It was like an invasion of the body snatchers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what I thought? Honestly, I thought that they were just clones of people, and we were gonna see the.
That's
real
what I
people.
thought too.
Yeah.
Especially in that
nah, all those people dead.
on the
Yeah.
first episode when Billy gets taken, he's getting walked toward. He's walking towards
He's a clone of himself.
there's a big group of people
Yeah.
behind him.
Yeah.
So I thought literally there was going to be doubles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know all those people actually died.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah. That's
Also, I love the like very 80s like Russian commie narrative. Like that
Yeah.
felt
I was
very, like,
excited that we
James
finally got to
Bond.
that. Yeah.
That was so dope for me. 'Cause
Yeah.
that-
what, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger guy.
No, just
not
I didn't really like
the
that
Russian
character.
storyline. Like
Okay.
just
the
secret Russian.
secret base under a mall.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that felt very like GoldenEye.
I didn't-
80s.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I
it
just
did.
didn't care for the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the T1000.
The guy, yeah, the
1000
dude,
guy.
yeah,
I
the
was
one
just
guy
like, this
who
is-
felt
He
like
was definitely like he reminded me of Arnold Schwarzenegger and also
Stallone. He was one of them apps too.
No, and also the guy that kills Scarface at the end, who's just like
yeah,
kills-
yeah.
the unmovable. Sort of,
Yeah.
With the-
That
with the-
felt like really on the nose. I was just like, this is
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
He's indestructible too.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
that
motorcycle.
That man survived
He was
everything.
kicking
man. He survived
Hopper's
everything.
ass every time he saw him. I was like, this
on
is.
sight.
By the way, speaking of Hopper, I didn't think like he's my candidate for the Thing.
I'd be
for Fantastic
I'm not
Four.
mad at that.
Yeah.
Just seeing him and his attitude and just like how much of a brawler he is. Like,
But
I haven't seen Hellboy, by the way.
yeah, neither have I.
But-
We haven't seen Hellboy, and we're a nerd comic. show.
he's what's the actor's name?
David Harbour.
David
Harbour.
Harbour. He's in Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
Don't know who he's playing, but he's in Black Widow.
That's tight.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? One my favorite part was the duet where she was like, "You gotta sing,"
Oh,
The never-ending
yeah.
story. You know,
and he was singing that.
Yeah.
shit, though. He was singing. That was
no, I
his-
love how they cut in the actual song, and it just
Yeah.
became this fucking power ballad.
And
By the way,
everyone was just
he's a Broadway kid, so he's
yeah, I forgot
he-
about that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's really gonna Stranger Things. We're gonna look back at this show and be like, damn, all these people came out of Stranger Things.
Yep.
and
it's gonna be
Young
like Band of
Denzel.
Brothers.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
gonna be-
every actor.
every
in there
actor is
huge now.
huge. Exactly,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Almost every.
What do you think about the mid credit? Did you guys see that? The mid-credit scene?
Yeah, there was a
The
mid-credit scene.
Demigorgon.
There's a mid-credit scene?
You didn't see
it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
The Russians have a Demigorgon.
The
Oh, they
Russians
got
have
their
a
own.
Demigorgon, and there was a part where they was like they were about to grab somebody, and it said "not the American," and then they go through another cage and grab some Russian
So,
dude and throw him in with the
Hopper
Demigorgon.
might be alive.
Hopper might be alive, but I don't think that's Hopper in there.
Yeah.
You don't think it's Hopper?
So I watched
hot take.
I watched the last episode again last night just to like
Yeah.
just because I wanted to.
Yeah.
And in
Refresh
that
the
letter,
Yeah.
the letter that he wrote, at the end of the letter, he says, "Can you please just keep the door open a little bit?"
3 inches. Yeah.
So I don't think
Oh.
Hopper is dead. I think he's
He
in the
jumped
upside.
through.
I think he's in the upside down.
Yeah.
And I think that of course, he's talking about her bedroom door, but I
This is
think
gonna
that
be another one of those fucking Julian things.
Watch it again.
No,
I'm gonna watch it again when I get
he-
home.
yeah, I think he's predicted it because essentially what the Russians were trying to do, they were trying to open a wormhole,
Yeah.
and I think
I think him saying that in the letter, just keep the door open a little bit.
another thing too that I
Yeah.
noticed as well is like when they showed everybody that died in that room, you saw the charred bodies, but you didn't see his body.
Exactly. Everyone just went into like Thanos dust.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
He was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Are they slated for? Is it supposed to be 4 seasons? 5
It's gotta
seasons?
be. Based
I don't know.
based
I
off
thought this was gonna be the last season. I thought
It felt like a
Yeah.
ending, but I feel like, especially with them doing that mid-credit scene,
Mm-hmm.
it's not over.
maybe a movie.
Especially after Reception. This is like the most binge watched show in like the 4 days in Netflix history.
But it was so. You know what? It's it's definitely the most rewatchable. It's the most bingeable. But it was done so well that it didn't feel like a chore.
Yeah.
Like I was excited to watch.
Oh, I
the next
sat
one.
through it. So let me ask you guys a question. Try to answer it in just a few sentences. Why is Stranger Things good?
The nostalgia. I feel like it's nostalgia and the cinematography
They
that really
reference a-
makes me.
yeah.
The Coca-Cola thing, like the. By the way, brilliant marketing. Like
Extremely.
By the way,
Egos.
A lot of marketing.
yeah, like this.
I feel
Nike.
like every branding in there is reaching back into their archives. I don't even know if it's Stranger Things related, but I saw one of the sponsored posts on my story was like Eggo did like a vintage box
But
from like the 80s.
Literally everyone did something Stranger
Yeah.
Things, like Nike, Egos.
It's smart.
There
Coca-Cola.
was like the Bape store was decked out looking like
wow.
Kith.
Kids
Oh.
too, but the Bape store also looked like Stranger Things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just dope.
No, but also like there's so many references that to other movies. Like when they were battling the Mind Flayer in the mall, there's a lot of Jurassic Park references.
Yep.
You know what?
So many of them.
You know what? It feels like a new Goonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's
I mean, I
why.
feel like that's how it started, and then they just
Yeah.
added like
and they
ET.
added their own things
Yeah.
into it and kept
That's the thing.
like,
I don't want to just write it off as nostalgia, even though it's a huge part of why we enjoy it. I think the genre or the trope of like kids adventure solving the mystery is gone for a long time.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think it's such a good
But they do
gold mine.
they do something right in this series that I feel like so many people before that were failing to recapture from the 80s is the casting of the kid actors.
Yeah.
If the kid actors are good actors, they're charming, they're very fun to watch,
And they actually feel like kids.
and they actually
Yeah.
feel like kids, it makes it like it lets us get into that world.
Yeah.
If they seem too like Disney and feels like too like
just good looking.
yeah,
and-
too good looking and too like perfect,
Yeah.
then it kind of takes us out of it. It kind of
Absolutely.
becomes annoying. Becomes
really, really well
kid
said.
actor. That's what it
The
feels
reason I ask is I'm trying to figure out like what's so special, and I
Yeah.
agree that it's
Yeah.
special.
Did you guys ever see this movie called Super 8?
yeah.
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
That's
That-
I was actually gonna say, I was like, well, it hasn't been that long because Super
Yeah.
8 tried it, but even though that movie was okay,
Yeah.
it didn't have, and I think I
Yeah.
tweeted that a long time ago. It was like Stranger Things is what Super 8
Yeah.
wanted to
Wanted
be.
to
Yeah.
be.
And I think it didn't do well because like we didn't have the kind of, it was in between that golden age of like Netflix hadn't become a power in itself, you know what I mean? And so the rewatchability of it wasn't as like possible as things are now. And with Stranger Things, we were able to kind of sit with these characters and really kind of get to know them, you know?
Wasn't Super 8 that was in the like 80s too, right?
It was set in the 80s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Any other thoughts on it? I mean, where does it go from here, you guys think?
You know, maybe the kids get a little older because they're all like super. You got to think about their schedules now. Like these kids are like launching their own franchises and like bands and whatnot. By the way, the kid who plays what's Mike, the skinny
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah, he's in a band.
That kid is going to be, mark my words, when they do the Ramon story, he's going to be Johnny Ramone. Like there's just nobody that can be Johnny Ramone outside of that kid. Or like Sid Vicious, he's gonna do like one of those like that kid's.
He's going places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already modeling for what? Saint Laurent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Millie Bobby Brown has like all these opportunities.
Yeah.
Caleb McLaughlin's doing a bunch of stuff. He's got the It franchise. So let him age a little bit more. Maybe get him in high school where there's like.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
First year of high school or something like
Yeah,
that. Well, I don't even know what grade they are in this show.
Yeah, this was set in 85, so it would be like, I think they're still in middle school, right?
They're in middle school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, late 80s.
Yeah, I'd have them in high school.
yeah.
Next
That'd be
time
great.
around.
I think I would want to see
That's
that.
dope.
What else?
I think we're good.
Think
on
we're
Stranger
good?
Things.
So we don't have any news bites for this episode, but we, because this podcast is a form of self-promotion, two of us are self-promoting two projects we've done. Yusef just put out
you
this
didn't-
fire Facebook
see that.
campaign that came out today. He creative directed it.
I did.
Yeah.
My company was asked to come up with some video campaigns for Facebook's diversity reports, and we did a total of 6 projects. It was a blast. Really cool company to work with. And we'll post a link. I really, really am proud of this project. And also, David has put out a really awesome short film starring some friends of ours, and really, really well done. And
Called 9-2.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's a family drama set during the LA riots, and it was a labor of love. It's a story I've always wanted to tell. I've always wanted to tell a story set during the riots, and I just couldn't figure out what story to tell. And I figured two parents arguing about how to best protect their child during a very unpredictable time was the way to go. And 5-minute film, go check it out. I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of it, and we'll put a link up for it. And I can talk about it all day, but
yeah.
Yeah.
We normally don't like to break the fourth wall of the things we're doing on our own. But
yeah. But we're both proud of those projects.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks, guys.
that.
Me and Julian ain't doing shit. But I'm just kidding.
No, but you guys, the listeners and
Speak for
followers who've
yourself.
been with us since the very beginning, you guys are going to
Julian's like,
start
I'm in my
seeing.
bag, bro.
I just finished
better
BT
chill out.
weekend.
You're going to start seeing some big changes, some big things from us that, the long patience will be rewarded, from us. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good episode, guys. Thanks
Great.
for tuning. You want to?
Oh, yeah, should we do this? Find us at cooltablepodcast.com. Subscribe at Apple Podcasts and iTunes, Stitcher On Demand Radio. Please rate and review us. We always want those reviews.
Go follow everything.
Go follow everything at Cool Table Podcast and at Cool Table Pod. I am David. You can find me at David Gallardo.
Yusef at YGLA.
Julian Edwards on everything. Go ahead. Go.
Say your thing.
At Jazen.
Also, this is probably going to be the episode before Comic Con,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, if you guys see us,
Yeah, make sure
come
you
say
say
what's
hello.
up. Have a drink with us.
Yeah.
Let's take a shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do it. Oh, if you see me in Comic-Con, you want to let's challenge database
Ooh.
for a shot. Let's see if you can out database.
Ooh.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Pull up.
Yeah. See you at Comic Con, everybody.
Yeah, later.
Don't ask me shit.